setups going on. There's 3 steamers going on the line, and then there's another steamer setup going on in the bake kitchen. Okay. As far as vegetable guts go, I'm going to show you the tomatillos after this because they're getting charred. I have a broiler on the line, so we're going to char them underneath the broiler, and then they're going to get mixed in a food processor with all of our other ingredients. So we'll do that a little bit later, but I will show you the chard after this. First thing we got to do is we're going to start with our masa, which is our corn flour. You're just going to put that into the mixing bowl. We have a mixer here. We have a mixer over on Faye and Victor's station, and then there's another mixer in the bake kitchen. Okay, so we have 3 mixers. You're just going to take your turns and get them done as soon as possible. Okay. So you're going to use the paddle attachment, which all the mixers are equipped with at this point. I'm just going to put it on low speed. You do not need high speed. Just before I do that, I'm going to add my cayenne and my paprika. I'm going to add my anise seeds. And I'm going to add my salt and my baking powder. So everything into the mixer except for the water and except for the butter. Okay, so we'll just give that a bit of a mix. And then you're going to slowly add your warm water. So this is not hot water, but it's not cold water. It's fairly warm. It was basically just hot water out of the tap. And you do not want to add it all at once because you don't know that it's the right quantity. You want to just add a little bit at a time until we get the right consistency that we're looking for. So it shouldn't be wet, it shouldn't be dry and crumbly either, but it should have a nice moisture content. Picking up everything in the bottom, so just keep on mixing until there's no dry left in the bottom of the bowl. Okay, so you can see the consistency that we have here. And we do not need to wash the bowl or the paddles in between because it's all the same recipe, so just keep on, just get it clean as much as you can by hand, and then you can just reuse it. Okay, so if you see what we have here, it's fairly soft. It's not crumbling and dry. Okay, so you can just set that aside. So if anybody wants to give it a feel, come over and give it a feel. It's moist. It's like a very, very soft Play-Doh. Your paddle attachment. Now this is going to take a few minutes. On high speed. We're trying to whip the butter, to incorporate some air into it so it's really soft. It's going to take a couple of minutes. You might have to continue, you might have to scrape down the sides and run it again. But it should be pale, it should be really light in color, and it should be super soft and creamy. I'm going to check on the steam. And run it again. So it's very hot. So you can just pull out the drawer, put your tomatillos on, and underneath that super hot heat. We can raise the deck if we want. We're looking to char them. We want to blister them. We want to see some blackening happening. That's what's going to give us the flavor. Okay, it's going to give us some smokiness, and it's going to give us some bitterness. You just have to keep an eye on them. We have both decks here, so multiple people can be working at the same time. It shouldn't take very long. And you'll have to just turn them once or twice. You don't have to have them completely black on all sides, but you do want to have a little bit happening on multiple sides. And they will split open, and that's completely fine. That's completely normal. Take them out and set them aside. That one's done. And you're just going to start adding some of your mixture. This one has a screen guard on it, the other one doesn't. It'll be easier to incorporate the mixture. Might have to do a little bit of mixing by hand with a rubber spatula, just because the quantity of the. This is what your mix is going to end up looking like. So it's very fatty. It's very buttery. Very delicious. Yeah. We really want this mixture to be somewhat cold when you're actually making the tamales. So we're just going to put it on the parchment paper. Just in a thin layer. If we do this and then put it into the fridge, it'll cool down fairly quickly. Just make sure when you put it in the fridge, just use a marker and put your name on it so you know whose is who. And I'm just going to flatten that down. I'll put it into a hotel pan or a baking tray. I'm just going to put it into the fridge for at least 20 minutes to just firm it up a little bit so that it's easier to work with when we form the tamales, okay? So that's where you need to get to. You want to get your tamale dough done. That is the top priority. You want to get this done first, and then you want to work on your tomatillo salsa. Or